Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures, and today I'm going to be working in my bird journal. So welcome back to join me in getting towards the end of working in this journal, I think. But I wanted to make this piece of ephemera that I saw on a couple of YouTube channels. I first of all saw it on, I've been watching a few of Anna from Pink Monarch Prints. I've been watching some of her videos and I saw her make this and I thought it looked really interesting. And then she said she saw the idea on Cori Dahmen's website, YouTube channel, so I went back and watched that one as well. And between the two of them, I think they did a really good job of explaining what to do. So hopefully I can reproduce it. I have made one. I've done myself a sort of one of my little prototype things just so that I can pull it apart and play with it and see how it's made without sticking it all together. So this is what I tend to use, is just a piece of copy paper just to play around and see how it all fits together. And then I've made this one, which is actually going to go in my wedding journal. So I'll just show it to you, and then hopefully we'll reproduce this in my bird journal. That's unnecessary scrap of paper lurking about. So this is how it works. It's got a, I think this has got this. Yes, it flaps out here, so it's got. It doesn't have to have this extra pocket, but that's what Anna did, and I like the idea of the double pocket. So there's a pocket here, double pocket here. This one, that's right. This one goes into the. So if you've got your page, if I just take a piece of paper and you flap it around your page like that. So actually I had it back to front. So this is actually the back pocket, and this will be, this is stuck down on this side. I'm not explaining this very well. So it's stuck down on that side, and then on this side, that's because I had it the wrong way around in the first place. So this is the front. And then it flips out like that, and you have a couple of pockets here. You've got an up pocket here. You could probably put another one here, but I haven't. And then and that's on one side, and then you turn the page, and this is what's on the other side. But that's not a flap. That gets stuck down so that it's held in place, and that's how you hold the whole thing in place. So that's the idea of it. So now I've got it around the right way. I'll just show you this one. I'm using a kit called Creamy Roses, and it's by Janie B Journals. I've used another of her kits for my wedding journals, and I was looking on her site and I found this kit, and I thought it goes quite well. It's got that kind of lovely floral, soft feel. It's not specifically weddingy at all, but I just think it went really well with everything else, and I just thought it was very pretty and quite suitable in a wedding journal, and I just wanted to mix it up a little bit. So this is all bits of ephemera from that kit. So there's a whole bunch of tags, and I'll probably do a bit more work on this before I put it in the journal. I just wanted to put it together because I should probably sew round some of these bits of ephemera. And they need decorating up, made to look a little bit more weddingy as well. But it's already, it's got this kind of beautiful rose design on it. And I thought it was really, really pretty, and I think because all the ephemera goes together, so there's lots of journaling cards, and all very pretty. I think it goes up. I'm never quite sure I wasn't quite sure with this whether you put it in upside down or whether you put it the right way up, but that's the way it should be. So I put it in upside down because the pocket's upside down, but I'm not sure if that's the way you should be doing it. And then this is the back pocket with that tag, and then I've loaded it up a little bit with several tags, 2 tags and a journaling card. So these all need a little bit more work just before they do actually go into the journal. So hang on, where's that go? Oh no, that goes into that pocket. That's right. There's that pocket there. I'm really not showing you this very well. So there's another pocket here. Hopefully it'll be clearer. So the idea is it goes in there like that, and that goes in, and then there's that bit folds out like that as well. So yeah, I'm not showing you this very well. It looks quite good when it's all together. It's just I'm not showing you how to do it particularly well, now I've got myself in a pickle now. There we go. It goes like that. Folds out like that, and like that. And then this is just the bit on the other side. So you've got this pocket as well. So lots of pockets, lots of things to tuck things. So let's get started before I get myself any more confused. I'll just keep these handy to remind myself what I do. And I've done a bit of preparation because I know it'll take me a little while to do it. You can see how confused I get already. So I've taken some papers from the Nature Remedies kit. So I've got the Tracy Fox one and the Artie Mays one, and I've picked papers from both. And then I've double-sided the printing. They look slightly different on each side, but actually I've used the same one for each side. It's just that you've got different bits of it, the way I've cut it. So it looks like that. And you can do it any size. If you watch the other videos, and I recommend that you do that to probably get a better explanation of how to make this than I'm likely to give you. But if it's double, because it's all going to be folded back on itself and things, you need it to be double-sided. Much as I would have liked to use scrapbook paper, it would have been way too thick because there's so many folds and flaps. It would have been too thick to do it with scrapbook paper. So it's just double-sided copy paper that I just printed it on both sides. And you can do it any size. Anna uses a book page to do hers and then decorates that one up. And Cori uses double-sided digitals. I think hers were different sizes. I've decided to do this size for because I think it goes nice. It's a nice size for the journal, not too big, but you can make it as any size you like to fit in whatever journal you're doing. The size of papers I've decided to cut it to is 8 1/4 across, 8 1/4 inches by 5 3/4 inches. And that's the size I'm going to use because I think that's quite a nice size to go in the journal. So that's how it ends up. And all you do, it's just starting off by folding them in half. You fold them all in half to start with. Let's fold that one in half. And fold this one in half. And again with this one. It doesn't really make any difference which way you do it, I don't think. I'm going to do it this way. Because it never ends up looking, the bits that you'd like to have on display and showing probably don't end up showing. Right, so you've got your three folded in half that way, and then you just take one of them to put aside. So I think I'll put this one aside and keep that one as it is. That's the one. And then one you open it up and you fold it into the middle, as close to the middle but not right up to the join as you can, and try and keep a nice sharp point at the top and that side. And then you do the other side of the fold. Try to keep a reasonably sharp point at the top. So the idea is they should be able to fold in without impeding on the join. I think that's about right. Let's just fold it in and see if that works. That's all right. So all the pretty bits have gone on the inside, unfortunately. Just wondering whether maybe if I try doing it the other way, I'll get a bit more of the pretty stuff on display. So just fold it on the same spot, just the other way, I think. So I'm going to have to fold it that way, and then that way. Yeah, because then at least I've got some of the pretty pattern on the outside. And then that one. Alright, so that's that one. and then I'm going to be folding this one again, the same with this one with the first one. And this one you fold up the bottom corner. So top left and bottom right corner get folded in. So I can just see where I'm folding. Whoop, like that. Now this is a good point to sew before you start doing anything else. I think one of the things I'm going to do, I'm going to trim off some of this, because you don't see the bits that's turned in, except on, you don't see any of it, so I'm going to actually trim it so that you haven't got so much bulk. I'm going to trim this down a bit. Now the other ladies I don't think have done that, but I think that's what I would like to do. Just reduce the bulk on those bits, those pockets that have been turned in. On that one. And on this one. So I'm just going to briefly pause the video and sew along the edge of the pockets, because you can't do that after you've stuck it all in, and it's quite nice to have have them sewn. Although on this one you can't really see the sewing, which I needn't have bothered, because I've actually edged it all with lace, that beautiful lace that Rhonda sent me. So I've put that all along the edge. So you know the sewing was a bit pointless on that in that case. But I don't know that I will put lace. I probably won't put lace in this one. So I will sew it. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've sewn around these 3 pieces so far. And on this one, I've sewn across there, down there, and then across the bottom, because I looked at the one that I've made, and they were the areas that may not have got sewn when I was attaching the rest of the pockets. So hopefully I've done the right places. So it's down, I started in here and I went along here, down here and along here. And then on this piece, I've just sewn along the edge of the 2 pockets, like that. And the same again with this piece, just sewn along the edge of the 2 pockets, so that's looks like that. Now we need to fix it, put it all together. So we take the one that's just folded in half, and this one here, and you just slot it together like that. It's quite a simple construction really. It looks more complicated afterwards, but that slots into there, and then this one slots into here, like that. And then you have your pocket. So I think what I'll do, so it goes like that, and then you can open it and you can see you can put another pocket here on the back, and this is the piece that wraps around and goes on the other side. So I think what I'll do is I will sew this all together, and then I'll come back and we'll add the pockets. I think if you're really clever, you'd sew the pockets on at the same time, the extra pockets that you're going to add. But I'm not that clever. I like to do things one at a time. I will sew around the pockets separately so they look as though they're sewn on, but they won't be, they'll be glued on. So I'm going to sew this together. So I think I'll do them one at a time. I'll do this one first. So I'm going to, I will actually sew around down here, but all the way down. I could have left this, I didn't need to sew down here, but I did it all in one go, so it doesn't really matter. So I will sew down there and across the bottom on that one, and then on this one I will come in and sew it. So now with this one you have to be really careful, because you don't want to sew this shut, so I'll have to sew that open and sew it across the top and down there, but not across the bottom, because this has got to be kept left. This piece has got to be kept left separate. So maybe what I'll do, no, there's no point in me sewing along there actually, because I'm going to have a pocket on it, so you won't see that it's been sewn. So I'll just leave that as it is. I will just, yeah, so that and that down there. So I'll do that and then I'll come right back. Okay, I've done all that bit of sewing, so the place I've sewn is, just trying to remember what I did. So it's all connected up now. So this one, I sewed, now I'm trying to think what I did now. So this was the one, hang on, let's do this the right way around. This is the front, so I keep getting it back to front. This is the front, so I sewed it down here. So I ended up with double row sewing here, that's right. In order to attach the pocket, I sewed it down here and along here to attach that. And remember that bit and that bit was already sewn, and so was the bit across the top. So all I had to do, I didn't have to do down the middle here. I think I explained that before I started. But in order to attach the pocket, I thought rather than starting here, I'll go all the way down, make it nice and secure, and across the bottom. And then for this one, I actually started it here, and I sewed up and across and down, and made sure I gave enough room for this flap to wrap around the page. So I made sure I was inside the join across here. So I was just checking that all the time that I could flap it across. So I sewed up here, across here and down here, and then afterwards I realised that this was going to be looking a bit unsewn because I stopped it here. So I went back and started at the top and sewed all the way down and all the way across, so that this area is also sewn. So I hope that's fairly clear. I didn't do this bit because it's going to be covered by a pocket, but this bit is not going to be covered, so at least some of it is actually on the back, but I forgot that, but not on this side, so I thought it would look good to have that sewn down here. So I will just say that one more time because I'm hoping I haven't confused you too much. To attach it, I sewed down here and across the bottom to attach the first two, and then the second two I started up, but I actually could have done all the way round. I could have done the whole square if I'd have thought about it before. I could have just gone up and across, or started anywhere really, and just gone round the whole square. As long as this flap doesn't get sewn down, and you make sure you give yourself enough room to fold it in, you could actually sew right the way around the whole square. And I did it the whole way and did it in two lots. I did it there, there and there, and then I came back and did that. So that's that. So it's now pretty much finished as far as construction goes. But what I did want to do is add the extra pockets. So I've already got those prepared because they take a bit of time to kind of figure out how to get the angle. It's getting the angle right on the pocket. So I did that in advance just because I knew it would take me ages. And I have already sewn them. So I've got one to fit here, and I thought it would look fun just to have this bit of sewing in zigzag. It just makes it a bit more decorative. So I'm going to put that one there and just stick that straight on. So I've got one going that way and then the other two are going the other way. And this is all using the same kit. Originally I had planned to just cover some book page with some more of, some scraps from the kit, but I didn't realise I'd actually printed a couple of pages on the thicker cardstock. This is 180 GSM cardstock. I found I had a couple printed on that, so they were perfect to make the pockets with. So that's what I've done, and it saved me trying to making them with book page and then covering them. But that was the original idea that I was going to do. So I've tried to get the angle the same. It's not too bad. I think I actually did better on this one than I did on the I haven't folded this up right. No, that goes back. Okay. I think the angle on this one isn't, as you can see, it's a bit narrower here than here, so I didn't quite get the angle right on this one. but I think it's slightly better here. I'm still a little bit wider at the top than at the bottom. The angle's not perfect, but I don't think that really shows that much once you've got things popped into the pockets. So then the next one, so I've got a couple here. So, and I have, you know, they're all sewn around and ready to go. So I think that was the one to go on there. Let's just try out this one. So actually I quite like that there, maybe. So I might just put this one here. I'll need to put something here as a bit decorative. It's very white here. But it's a shame that that's as hidden. I would have liked it to be a bit lower maybe, but never mind. It is what it is. Let's try it the other way round. Is this pocket a bit smaller? I think it might be. So I'll put that one there. Put that one there. Yeah, maybe that works better. I think it does. So I'm going to do that. I'll just glue that on. Whoop. Didn't put my topper on, did I? There we are. So yeah, and then once these are all on, all we've got to do then is put things in the pockets, and actually you can, the pockets hold loads and loads of pieces, ephemera pieces, so I have to see what I can do to stuff them. That will hold quite a lot, and as I have got quite a lot of tags, I'm just hoping that the tags I've got that came with the kits, as you know I have many tags, and quite a lot of journaling cards as well. I'm just hoping that the sizes are right for this, that they're not too big. Right, that's that one on there. And then this one on the back. I've got one more pocket to add inside. Right, that's that right on there. Fits nicely there. And that's on there. So I think I just need to do a little, couple of the pockets may need a little bit of decoration. Certainly this one needs something. So I'm going to move my sewing machine because it's doing its rattling thing now with the cotton on the spool rattles every time I do anything, sort of like that. I don't know if you can hear it. It's annoying me, so I'm going to put this on the floor. Okay, so that's in. And then we've got one more pocket to do. So we come back to the front. Let's put my pin in. Okay, so then there's that one, and that one, and then it goes, and there's one to go on the back here. Now on the first one I just took a piece of the kit, I think this was on the thicker cardstock as well, and just put a pocket right across, which I think looks quite effective, and I'm quite happy with that. But I did have this floating around in my scraps. This is also printed on. Oh, it's actually on a piece of book page, but it's quite thick. And I think it was from when I cut out some frames when I was trying to do the. If you remember, when I was doing the cover, and I did. In fact, I think it could be the frame. Oh, sorry, somebody at the door. I have to just. Okay, sorry about that. Just had to go and take in a parcel for my husband, who's not here at the moment. Okay, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so when I cut out this frame, I had this bit in the middle, which is I think is where this comes from. Just fits in there, and it's been floating around. I keep thinking I must do something with that. So I think it makes quite a nice pocket, and I don't think it needs sewing around because I've got the sewing all around the page, and because it's got that jaggedy edge where it was, you know, from the die, I think it looks quite nice as it is. So I think I'm just going to use that as my pocket. It fits just about perfectly. So job done. I'm going to pop that on there. Okay. Let's get this glued on, and then we'll see what we can do about decorating some of these pockets. I think I want to bring in a bit of, got it the right way up, haven't I? A bit of birdiness, if that is a word. Bring in a few birds, as there's no birds actually on it yet, just as a little bit of decoration. So keeping within the theme. I mean, it is a bird stroke nature journal, but the birds are the main feature. Right, so that's that. So I will show you how this is going to go in, and then we might even get it stuck in today. I don't know. I might have to let things dry. But if you remember, I had this paper clip here for something to be added. And this was the something that I want to add. So I think, hoping it will look okay there. So it just pops in like that. Gets, so it'll get glued down here. And I might put a little something up in the corner, I'm not sure. Depends where it ends up. Glued down there, so I'll just need to put something in that pocket there. And then on this side, it'll flip out. Can't even see that, can you? It'll flip out like that. So it goes something like that. And yeah, I might be able to do something under here. So I think I'll get this done. I'll think about whether I want to put any sort of decorative, possibly a bit of stenciling in the background, just to kind of tie it all in together. So that's something I might do off camera, and then stick it on in the next video so you can see how it's ended up looking. Right, so that's the idea. So what I want to do, right, I could put a little word here. So I've got all my ephemera pieces in here from the various kits. Whoops. So, and I've also got, let's just grab my Tracy labels, all nicely arranged in my field notes labels, which I think will go in here quite nicely too. So I think this front pocket will just need a nice little label. Something like that. It's possibly a little bit big. What I've got. And that's been cut off, that one. A couple of options here. I'm going on a bit. Oh, that's a cut off one as well. Why do I keep cutting off? Seem to have had a few that have just been cut short. Yeah, I think that might be quite nice just there. So I'm just going to stick that on. And I'm hoping that the label the backing will come off without too much effort. But if you've seen me struggle with these labels before, you know it might take me a moment or two to release it. I know these are on labels, so I've got to persevere. There we are. I think there's another video where I'm struggling for ages trying to take the backing off, and I'm not sure there was a backing to take off in the end. I don't think there was. Right, so that's a little label on there just to cheer that up. I've got a whole load of little birdie things I could add, but as it's not much point in decorating these back bits because there's going to be things popped in there. So I don't think that needs anything. I think that's just pretty as it is. This one needs a little something, so perhaps I'll have a look at, maybe I'll have a look at some birds. I still like my boxes for the birds and the butterflies, just because it's easier to see them. So I want to. Just going to go. Shame that one's not cut out because I quite like that one. This one's cut out and it's a bit too blendy though, isn't it? Ugh. And he's a bit too fierce for this. I always find the decoration is the bit that takes the longest because I can never make my mind up what I want, and I don't want to be cutting it out on camera. That just will hold us up way too much. Quite a few things here that need cutting out. I'll have to come back to that. What have we got here? Oh, I've got him. Quite like him. Do I need to stick him on something? Is he big enough? It's not really, is he? They're either too small or too big. Oh, he's not any bigger really, is he? Well, he would fit, but he's quite, well, I would say he's quite bright, but then I was complaining that the other one was a bit too blendy, so just don't know if it quite works on there. That's going to be too big. I will find something. I actually quite like that. I think he might be. Just wish he was facing the other way. Oh, we have him. Oh, I quite like him. Yeah, maybe I'll put him on there. I want to put something underneath. Doo-doo-doo. No, I don't like that. Don't like the colour. told you I always struggle with layering. Loads of bits to do with here. Just can't decide what to use. No. No, I think I'm just going to leave him up there. Maybe the +1 on underneath. Yep, I think that's what I'll do. I think he's quite cute. See if I've got that in the right place. Yep, be fine there. There we are. Quite like him. Righty ho. And then just a little something here. Now this time I think a little bird would be quite nice. Let's see if we can find a little bird that will just... See if you can see that. Let me just put my topper on. Well, that's no... I like that, but I don't want to cut off quite that much tail. Oh, he's cute. He might be going nice on there. Yes, he does. Yep, he's going on there. Finally, she makes a quick decision. Whoop. He just fills that space nicely. Looks like he's having a little, a little peck at the seeds in the flowers or something. All right, so that's that one. That one and that one is done. Well, let us have a look at what we can put in the pockets. Obviously I've got a lot of these little cards from Pam at the Paper Outpost, so I could probably put some of those. I just want to ink some of them. I have inked around everything off camera pretty much. Obviously I haven't been able to ink around absolutely everything I might use in the way of... So I could put that in there. Now, where's my box? I've got a box of things that we've made. Tags, and this isn't all of the stuff. There's still some waiting for decoration, but I've got some tags. I'm just seeing how they'll fit. Now this I think is the smallest size. Let's have a look if I've got any smaller ones. Well, I have got some that I have made the Roxy Challenge. Might go in there. I know that's a bit thinner. Maybe these are a bit thick to go in because this is going to be such a thick pocket once it's got a load of stuff in it. And the other thing I've been doing, which I thought might be quite nice, is I took some Project Life cards. I've got so many, probably not as many as a lot of you have, but I do have, and they're all this size. Some of them are rounded if they're the original Project Life. I've got lots of those. And these are just ones I think I got from another kit, so they're not rounded at the corners. And I just covered them with papers from the Beautiful Birds kit. Or, no, this one I think is not the Beautiful Birds. This is the Liana Scrap kit, the Birds Notebook kit. So I just covered a few of those, and they make nice little journaling cards, and then I sewed around them. And they're just that little bit smaller than some of the ones that come with the kit. I mean, they are a bit on the thick side, possibly for this. So I could put one in. It's quite large. Maybe I'll put that there. Quite big, aren't they? I've got these that came. I think they came with. I don't know what they came with. Daphne's Diary or something. These are quite nice. They're thin, but I don't know about the colours. They're quite vibrant. Just these little cards. So I did wonder whether to put any of those in. Quite cute. They don't really go colour-wise with everything else, do they? Unless I use them instead. Difficult to know. I quite like them. They're a bit different. They're a bit they're a bit vibrant for the rest of the piece, so I'm not sure about those. These, do I want to go clashy or bright, or do I want to go sort of coordinated? My natural instinct is to coordinate, of course, but sometimes it's not a bad idea to have something a bit different. These cards are all facing the wrong way. That one goes. Put another one of these in. Just to ink it up a little bit. So that's a couple of those. And then in here I need another tag from the kit, I think. What's this one? That's quite nice. That's a journaling card. Maybe that will go in. Yeah, that goes in nice. And what else have I got? Well, this was just a scrap from the thicker cardstock that I printed on. So I've just backed that with a piece of coffee dyed paper. So that could go in here. That goes in quite nicely there. Now I need something to go up here. Look at my little stash of bits and bobs in here. What about that one? If I were to... that fit in here? Is it going to go in? It's a bit wide. A bit wide, that's a shame. I like that, but I'll use it in something else. This is also from the same kit, but I think that's going to be too wide as well. All these journal cards are a bit wide. What about that one? That's too wide too. Oh well, I'll have to try and use one of these then, I think. Because they were small. That's the reason I did them, because I thought these would be smaller. And I'll put a little something on the top there, I think. Let's find a little snippety-doo. Let's find a little something. Just cut that off. Cut a piece of that off, I think, and stick it on. Oh, no, I've got some I've also got some tabs. Maybe I'll use one of those. I don't think the colours of that quite work. What have I got in here? Because there were some tabs with the kit. That one. Oh, I like him. I might pop him somewhere. That comes out of the Stamperia pad, I believe. And the tabs. Could I use that as a tab? I might be able to if I ink it up a bit. How does that look on there? Yeah, that might work. It's just as a little something for the top, little topper. I think I'll use that. Need to use all these little bits of ephemera that came with the kits because they just add a little bit of interest. Just looking, they've got some really cute little tickets and things in here. I was just wondering whether to put a little something at the top in that corner. I'm going to put that there too because I like it. And as I've taken the trouble to cut all these things out, I want to use them. And it just fills that little blank corner there. So it's all getting a little bit chaotic again, as usual. Right, so that is going to go up there. Quite like that. With the upside down bird. So this little fella, I guess I should cover that. No. Yeah, I'll have to cover that, but I'll do that off camera because you know how to cover that, how to cover something like that. So I'm going to pop that in there, put that in there, and then all I need to do is put something in here. What have we got? I think we're going to be struggling a bit with tags and things. I wonder if this is going to be too big. Will that work? Oh, I know. I've forgotten. I've got to space it inside here, haven't I? Maybe I need a nice big tag in there. Yeah, nice big tag in there will go. That looks quite good. So now all I need to do... Nope, hang on. That's it. So that will be on one side of the page, and this will be on the outside. So I just need to put something in here. I think all the tags that come with the kit seem to be too big. What's this one? That's going to be a bit tricky with the flower and the braid. This is one I made, but I don't think that's going to work. No. I'm going to have to make some smaller tags, I think. These are too big. That's too long. I think with all that stuff I've got from the kit, and none of the tags are quite the right size. This one is smaller. That might work. Yeah, it's got a bird. Maybe I'll use that and something else. Something else that's small. What else have I got? I got those. What did I do with those ones that I made? Got that one, I think. Now I've made it, I'm not sure about the colours. But I think I made some more. But but I didn't know what I did with them. Bum, bum, bum. Up here somewhere. I might even be able to make some smaller tags with these, because these are the thicker cardstock that I printed on, so I might just make 1 or 2 little tags to pop in. I think that's what I might do. What time have I got? I've lost track a little bit. I've had a few interruptions, haven't we? Right, let's just try making a little tag to go in there. Shouldn't take too long, because I don't think it needs backing. Do it properly. That's it. I think I need to make it a bit narrower. That's right. Let's see how that looks size-wise. It's still quite big, isn't it? Okay. Trim it down a bit more. And then I will just cut off those bits. And I probably off camera I will sew around it and just make it look a bit more finished. There's probably 1 or 2 bits that might need a bit more sewing. Put a little tab on or something. I might even back it off camera because it doesn't feel very substantial. But I could just pop that in there, couldn't I? And then that's got that little flower poking out, so that would look quite nice. So I think that's probably all I need to do with this. Let's get rid of some of these bits. Just flinging things at, hoping they reach the bin. When I say bin, empty mushroom pot is what I use for my desk bin. It's just the right size, just for put little bits on the desk, because otherwise I just fling them towards the bin and they generally will miss. So at least this way I get to keep all my scraps together, and all my bits of rubbish. Alright, so just trying to tidy up a little bit here so I can show you the finished item. Well, it's as finished as it's going to be. I might need to do a little bit more finishing off of the ephemera pieces. I'll probably move them around a bit, know me. Might just put that behind, I don't know. Not sure about this one at the moment because it's a bit thick. So I might just have to make another little one or use... I'm pretty sure I've made another one of these, but I don't think this is the right one for this page, and I wonder what I've done with it, because I think that might be better. Might look better. Okay, the camera turned itself off. I'd hit 30 minutes, but because my timing's all out, I hadn't realised. And it gave me an opportunity to have a look for these other cards that I'd made, and I realised I'd actually put them in my ephemera box. As if, what a silly place to look. So these are the other ones I made, which I really like. So I think one of these might look quite nice in here. I'm thinking maybe this one I like. That's quite nice in there. It's a little bit bent, that's the only thing. But, so it's just got some journaling space on the back. So I might well put that one in there. Let's have a look at the other one. Also works and is a little bit flatter. I might have to put this. I usually put things under my mat if I want to flatten them out. It's not too bad. So I'll have to have a think about which one goes in best. So I do rather like this one. It's just a bit different, but it needs a bit of decoration, of course. But maybe just a little tiny bird in the corner would, or one of the something from the kit might just be enough. Let's have another look. Got my little pieces of stamped ephemera. Little bits of coffee dyed paper that I've stamped. That might do. Let's see, I've got so many bits here. It's hard to know what to choose. Got that nice little piece. Quite like those on there. So I might just put those in that corner. I haven't got them anywhere else. I don't think I've got them on anywhere else. Okay, let's put those on. Aha, it's not coming out. I need to do possibly a bit of cleaning. Yeah, does not want to come out. Oh no, there we go. Put that on here. Put that in there. So I think all I need to do really to finish this off, which I will do off camera, apart from putting the topper back on. Put those in my box for future use. And I suppose I could put these in the box as well. I don't think I'm going to use them. They'll have to be for another time, I think. Put them over here. A bit of scrap paper. Okay. So all I think I need to do, that's the back, so that's the front. I don't think I'm going to sew around these because these are just little cards. Little, I mean, they can be written on. And I might change my mind. I might put a little tag in here or something. I might make something to go in there. That one's all ready to go. I may well sew around this little journaling card. I think I probably will. I will ink around this one, but not sew. And oh yeah, I need to back this one. So that's got to be finished off. I just think that's quite sweet in there. That's all done. That just needs sewing around and a topper. And possibly, I think I might just put some backing on just to make it a bit more substantial, but not too thick. And then and I think the other tag and pocket, that's all done. That's all complete. And I like that because it pulls in the purple. Of course, that's not going to show, is it? That's not going to show. That's going to be stuck down on the. So it's not even going to make any odds. So forget that. But anyway. That goes like that. That's the front. So there we are. That's my little flip out multi-pocket piece. I don't really know what to call it. I'll come up with something, or I will see what it's already been called. I will, hang on, I might have written it down, what it's been called by the other ladies. That's what Cori called it, something. Flip out pocket, I think is all it's been called. So that's what we'll call it. Well, I think I'll call it a flip out multi-pocket, because there's so many pockets in there, but I love that. I really like how that works. So thank you, Anna and Cori, for the inspiration. I hope my explanation of how this is put together isn't been too confusing. And I'm very happy how it's turned out in the end. And that's it. So thank you so much for joining me once again. And do join me again soon in my next creation, whatever that might be. Bye now. See you soon. Hi there. I thought I'd just pop back in to show you what I've been up to since I turned off the camera, because I've kind of carried on making things. So in this front pocket I've now got this little tea card from Pam at the Paper Outpost, and these were a couple of pieces from the Nature Remedies and probably from the bird kit. I'm not quite sure. I mixed all the kits together in the box. So I just thought these few little bits would be quite nice in this front pocket. So I think I changed one, because one of the other one I had with this one was that the colours just didn't work in this, and I thought this would look better. So I got those, and then inside here, so I've sewn around this one. I haven't put any more decoration on it because I quite like it just as it is, and it literally was just a piece of the cardstock, the printed cardstock that I just had cut off, and I just thought it made a nice little journaling card. So it's been backed. So that one's in there, and then I didn't do much apart from ink this and put a little label on it. So that's just a little, it's cute, it's been backed as well, little cute card in there. And I think that's the only thing I hadn't done. Can't remember if I'd sewn around this. I haven't done a great job of it, so I've got a bit all over the place. But then that's pretty standard for me, so that's gone in there, and I've added that in the corner. And that's that card in there. But because I had so many scraps laying around, especially some quite large pieces of the printed on the thicker cardstock, on the 180 GSM cardstock, I thought I should use them. So I've been making some more bits and pieces. So I just thought I'd show you. So I've made this tag, and I haven't added any more decoration to it. Not sure if I'm going to. Some of them, they're quite nice just as they are, quite just simple. And this is a little journaling card. That was just a piece left over, and I thought, oh, I quite like that. Supreme Mysteries of Nature. So I just added a snippet there, which I think works really well, and I quite like that one. Again, not great sewing, but oh well, that's me. And there's this one, another piece of leftover cardstock. Backed it onto one of the bits of the other digitals that I had laying around, and cut some birds out, put a label on. I really like this one actually. It's one of my favourites, with this little cut off snippet at the top for a tab. Another one similar, with a piece of cardstock, backed it onto some of the leftover digital. I think the digital I was using was one from the Bird's Notebook by Liana Scrap. Bird on there with a label underneath, and just one of my little whale tails on the top. Again, this one lent itself to this shape of tag, because that was there was a long thin piece of scrap paper left over. So I've really just gone with what was literally how the pieces of paper were were laying around on my desk. So I just thought, well, that'll make a nice little tag. So cut that one down, backed it with some leftover digital on the back, and that one's ready to go. No other decoration needed. And the little tab is from a snippet roll that I did, and I just cut off the bit that picked out the same colour green. Another one the same, bit of the snippet roll, bird on some of this this fabric. It's got a bit nice bit of frayed fabric there underneath. And then I had just this little square or little oblong of cardstock, so I made that into another little journaling card. Haven't even put anything on the back because it's white, so it'll work to write on. It had the lavender on the side, so I found a piece of some which I don't think they're lavender, I'm not sure, but something similar in my flower box. So I stuck that on with a label. So quite simple really, just sticking on a few either birds or flowers or a bit of both. Well, no, either birds or flowers. So yeah, I think they've turned out quite well. So I've got a little mixture of smaller tags now, because as I was saying, I felt like I didn't have very many small tags and small journaling cards to work with. A lot of them that came with the kit seemed to be a little bit big. So I thought, well, at least now I've got a nice little collection of small things. So there we are, all done, and I'm really, really pleased with this and how it's turned out. I really like it. I think it's a lovely little piece of ephemera and will be a fun thing to have in the journal. So there we are. Bye.